I'm going to list out the downsides that come to mind for me. Some of them may not be downsides to you. Some of them may not be concerns to you. This isn't something that I think was a flash in the pan. I am very, very sold on this business, but I do want to be candid with you. Here's my 6 downsides. Number 1, Google update. You could be a Google update away from getting completely wrecked. You could. Google could come out, Larry Page, Sergey Brin, they're cooking something up. Hey, let's mess it with everybody. And there's going to be the next panda. It's always an animal, right? Freaking, who knows what it is? The eagle update. You could be. Number 2, there are large companies that are coming into this space because they can see the money that is in this business, in selling leads, in selling local leads. There are large companies. I'm not just talking about Home Advisor. I'm not just talking about Angie's List. I'm talking about large companies backed with financing that are coming into the space. Something to think about. It's kind of exciting because it reaffirms that it's an interesting space, but also there's that competition, whatever, right? Number 3, the barrier to entry is too low. And what I mean by that is it's so low. And I don't say that because that means there's going to be a ton of competition, because people are going to come in, they're going to try it for a second, and they're going to go. Who cares? I'm not talking about because of the competition's sake, but what I mean by that is when a business is so easy to start, you don't take it serious like a real business. Because it's so easy to start a business like this. It's like blogging, right? You could start a blog. Everybody started a blog, dude. Everybody, probably 50% of the population started a blog on something, but nobody finishes it. You can make money on it. You can do affiliate marketing on it. You could sell your Google AdSense. You could make money on a blog. That could be a business, but it's so easy to start. The barrier to entry is literally $0 that you don't treat it like a real business. You're like,
I just started a blog.
And you don't do anything. The barrier to entry is too low, in my opinion. Number 4, another downside, and this goes back to what Michael said, is if you don't learn how to sell, doesn't mean you have to know how to sell right now, but if you do not learn how to sell, you aren't going to make money. If you do not learn how to sell, you will not make money. That's the reality. Number 5, just because a website is ranking or a ranking website doesn't mean anything if you don't have someone paying for it. Okay. A lot of people get into this business. They think, oh my goodness, I just learned how to do SEO. I know how to do this magic trick and get a website from an idea to page 1, which is a very cool skill, but doesn't matter if you can get a website to page 1. If you don't know how to get a business owner to pay you for it, which kind of ties back into sales, it's not a business. Okay. It doesn't mean anything. And so the reason I think that's a downside is that people have that just completely backwards in their head. Hey, if I could just learn how to rank a website, if I could just learn SEO, if I could just learn the technical side, I could make money. That's not true. This group, over almost 6,000 people, I would guess half of you have built a website, ranked a website, and are not making money on that website. And you've experienced that with 1 or more projects, and that's why you're here. That's why we call this the art of pre-selling, right? We don't call this the art of SEO, art of pre-selling, selling your websites, okay? Number 6, this is one that ties back into physical real estate. There is no, with these assets, yes, they're assets. Yes, they pay you every month. Yes, they're recurring, etc. There is no depreciation, right? With physical real estate, even if it breaks even, you get depreciation you can use on your taxes. You also get appreciation, which you're building, that's what's so funny is people talk about inflation being a bad thing. It is a bad thing, right? Unless you own assets. If you own assets, inflation's a great thing because all your properties just went up. All the value of your property just went up. And I recently just clicked when I heard this. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. If you owned thousands of properties and inflation happened, your net worth might have doubled. So inflation is only bad if you don't own anything, if you don't own any properties. And unfortunately, with this specific business model, unlike physical real estate, these assets are not going to necessarily appreciate. The website's not going to become worth more money magically. Now, if you get additional traffic, yes, you could force that appreciation, I guess you could say, but it's not going to naturally, because of the market, appreciate. Those are the 6 things. If I'm looking at this and I'm being real with you and I'm being candid and I'm not trying to make it seem like there's all rainbows and skittles, these are the downsides. And I think about these things and I've talked about these things and I've thought, actually don't trust me because then you'll trust the next guy. I've thought about each and every single one of these things more than you think. These are the 6 things that I think are the downsides. And before you get into this business, or if you're in this business, you should consider them as well. These are things that you need to think about. These are things that you need to understand. And these are things that you need to pay close attention to, okay? And you need to make peace with each and every one of these so that you can confidently move forward. Because for me, I've made peace with all of these. Even though they are potential risks, I'm still moving forward.